my friends. Today I'm going to talk to you about the phases of a rep. Now, I'm sure you've heard the terms concentric and eccentric before. A lot of coaches will say that the eccentric phase is the lowering phase of an exercise. Most of the time, this is correct. However, that's not what eccentric means. Eccentric is when you are contracting a muscle while it is lengthening. Let's say I'm doing a bicep curl. I'm coming up. This would be the concentric phase, contracting while shortening, and then coming down is the contracting. So I'm still contracting the bicep while it's lengthening. This is going to be the eccentric phase. So if you're watching me do this exercise, you'll say, oh yeah, the concentric phase is the lifting phase, the ascending phase, and then the eccentric phase is the lowering phase. So in this case, that is correct. Okay, so you have concentric, contracting while shortening, eccentric, contracting while lengthening. Then we have the pause at the top, if there is any, and the pause at the bottom. So maybe at the end of the rep is a pause, okay? Now, when it comes to performing your reps for exercises, you don't have to be super strict about controlling tempo. However, I do want you guys to control the eccentric phase of any exercise you're doing. There is research that shows that the eccentric phase is really important for building muscle. So that's the important part of the exercise that you don't want to skimp out on. So instead of doing your reps like this, and I may be exaggerating, but I'm sure you've seen this before in gyms, you want to control on the way down. So you can go control, up, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So you want to fight that load as you come down, all right? For most exercises, as I said before, the eccentric phase is going to be the lowering phase. When you see the tempo written out of a rep, you'll see 4 numbers, or sometimes 3. You'll have, let's say, 3, 0, 1, 0. And what that means is you have a 3-second eccentric phase, 0-second pause after the eccentric phase, then you have a 1-second concentric, and a 0-second pause at the end of the concentric. So I'm going to demonstrate with the push-up first. Let's say I have a 2, 0, 1, 0 tempo. That means I have a 2-second eccentric phase with no pause after the eccentric phase, and I have a 1-second concentric and a 0-second pause after the concentric phase. In the case of the push-up, the eccentric phase of the pecs is going to be when I'm lowering myself to the ground. So I'm going to control that lowering phase and then shoot back up. So this is what it would look like. 1, 2, up, 1, 2, up. Okay, so you're controlling your way back down. Now let's move on to the goblet squat. Let's say you're doing a goblet squat with a 4, 3, 1, 0 tempo. This means you have a 4-second lowering phase, eccentric phase, 3-second pause after the eccentric, 1-second concentric or ascending phase in this case, and then no pause at the end of the rep. So here's what that would look like. You have 4 seconds, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, pause for 3, 2, 3, shoot back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, 2, 3, shoot back up. So that's an example of a 4, 3, 1, 0 tempo. To finish off, I want to show you an example of an exercise in which the eccentric phase is not the lowering phase, it's actually the opposite. The concentric phase for the lat pull down is going to be the lowering phase here, so you're contracting the lats while you're shortening those muscles, and then the eccentric phase in this case would be the ascending phase, so you're coming back up, so you're contracting while lengthening right here. So here's what this would look like. Let's say we have a 5, 0, 1, 0 tempo, let's just say, okay? So I'm here, come down on the count of 1, 1, eccentric, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it for me. I hope this helps you understand the different phases of a rep a little bit more.